What's going on, everybody? So we picked up another car. My son bought a Pontiac Firebird. He, officially this is his first car, which I thought would be little Honda Civic would be a great first car for somebody, teenager, learn how to drive. I mean, he's been driving for 2 years, and he drives pretty good. So, but again, just thought something with good gas mileage, and we're building the motor on it, which is like 90% done, if not more. But he had been looking for a Pontiac Firebird. We're looking for something in like the $3,000 range, which of course everything we were finding in that range was pretty much junk. Get a lot of people that lie to you about stuff, and you go look at the car and it's not anything they described it as. But anyways, we found this one. The guy was asking $5,900. Went and drove it, checked it out, made a little list of things we wanted, figured we were going to want to do to it right away. It's got 180, I think when we bought it, it had 187,000. But it's a manual 6-speed and LT1. So which was what we kind of really liked. That's mostly what we were after. I mean, he actually wanted a 98 or newer is the LS motor, but LT1's still kind of cool as far in our book. So but we made a list of things that we knew it was going to need or that we were going to want to do to it, and figured out it was going to cost about $3,000 to swap out everything. Had this Spectre cold air intake, which isn't the greatest, but other than that, motor has been swapped. He said that's just a junkyard engine. I was wondering, we Googled that stock number to see if we couldn't find any history on it, but we didn't find anything. But anyways, after we looked at it, the guy got 20-inch wheels on it, which that was one thing we were going to swap out right away. Or not right away, but whenever it needs tires and stuff. But anyways, it's pretty clean, pretty decent. It did need seats. The guy had extra set of seats. And the wheels, the guy had the original 16-inch wheels. So whenever these tires wear out, or when he decides he wants to buy new tires for it, we're going to probably put these 16s back on it. But anyways, we went back, waited about a week. The guy had a Carfax and everything on it. We waited about a week, offered him $4,000. He said he would take $5,000. We waited a few hours, I think, or a day, and then messaged him back and said, offered him $4,500, and he said yeah. So we got it for $4,500, probably a little more than we probably should have paid for it, but like you say, it was kind of everything we were looking for. And comparing to the other cars we were finding at the time, this was by far the nicest one. But check out this cold start on it. We're actually, one of the things it needed was a rear axle, which we found a rear axle at U-Pull. Supposed to be priced at $180 if you look at their price list. They say a complete disc rear end is $180, but I don't know if they sold us this as a drum rear end or what, but they only charge us $150. But unfortunately, this one's got 323 gears, and this car is actually original 342s, and that's what we think is still in it. But the rear end is howling pretty bad when you decelerate. So we're just going to swap it, hold on to this axle once we pull it, and pull it apart, see what it looks like. I've never done any re-gearing of differentials or anything like that. I mean, I've done axle seals and bearings, the end bearings or whatever you want to call them, but wheel bearings, I guess. But anyways, we're going to swap that, like I said, and hang on to this rear end, either get it rebuilt or maybe even possibly go to 373s. But anyways, we're going to do a cold start on it real quick, get it turned around, and start swapping the rear end on it. Okay, go ahead. So we decided we're going to go ahead, since we got to pull the control arms and everything anyways, while we're doing the axle swap, we're going to upgrade to these UMI lower control arms and track bar, pan hard bar, whatever you want to call that. Old axles out, sitting over there. If we would have realized how bad those rear shocks looked, probably would have bought some of those and replaced them, but we can do those easy enough later. This is the replacement axle, getting ready to go in. We wet pressure washed it, put a new gasket, a new brake line, It had really good looking brakes and rotors when I got them from You Pull It. They've gotten a little bit of rust since they've been sitting there. And there's the old axle. Like I say, we're going to hang on to that and get it repaired, refixed, regeared maybe if we don't. I don't know. We like 342 gears, but with the 6-speed, I'm thinking 373s might work a little better, but maybe we'll swap that one, get that one fixed, put it back with 370 or 342s, then maybe put this one with 373s in the future or something. One thing we did find out, we got his lug nuts, which is weird. They're supposed to be M12 by 1.5s, and that's what the lug nuts say they are. But when we went to go try them on this axle, they didn't want to really go on very well. And then one of them was missing, and you could see the studs have been replaced. So I don't know, maybe when they replaced the studs, they didn't put the right ones. But the lug nuts, I mean, they seemed like they were on fine when we took them off. But when we were trying to put them back on, a bunch of them didn't want to go on. So we're still going to need to get lug nuts. And then the one thing I didn't get was gear oil to refill it once it's back up there. But anyways, we'll probably continue the video probably tomorrow, to be honest. I think we're just going to try to get this rolled back under there, get the control arms on, get it kind of more or less bolted. But we need to bleed the brakes. So there's some other stuff we got to do. So I think we'll finish it up tomorrow, but we're going to keep working tonight till we get at least to a good stopping point. So, thanks for watching. All right, so rear end swap is completed. I think we got it done Wednesday. So we started Tuesday, like around noon, pulled the old axle off, got the new axle underneath it. Just had the brake lines, a couple other things, but finished it Wednesday after he got home from school. So he drove it to work Thursday, or drove it to school Thursday. We got our, you can see the UMI lower control arms. If you can see in there, there's a track bar. We didn't do shocks, which had we known how they didn't look the greatest, probably would have swapped those if we would have thought about it. But sway bar indents looked okay too, so we reused those. I did do the new brake line, so that Wednesday after we bolted everything up, we just had to bleed the brakes, reconnect the emergency brake cables and stuff. But seems to be working pretty good, much better than the old one, which here's the old one over here. So you can see where that pinion seal's leaking. One little thing we ran into with the control arms, these brackets, I guess, had been over tightened with the other control arm, the stock ones. So when we went to put the new control arm there, it didn't want to fit. So I just used a bolt with a couple nuts and washers, and we just put it in there and used the bolts to threaded the nuts and the washers or whatever out to spread that open. And we ran into that. Only on the driver's side, passenger side fit fine, and then I think on the passenger side, the panhard bar or track bar mount, that one was the same way. But we're going to pull these calipers and rotors and save these. They still look in good shape. Probably pull these E-cables off here in a minute, and I will pull that diff cover off, and let's take a look and see what the gears and stuff look like. But besides the oil leak, this has quite a bit of play. You can see that in and out movement there, and not as much play as I expected for like pinion, like backlash or whatever they call that, but it's definitely got some issues there. But hopefully the gears and stuff aren't chewed up too bad. I've never done a rear axle. I've just done axle seals and stuff. I've never done any kind of rear gearing or anything. So I may try to do this on this one, or find somebody that can do it for me. Hopefully not too expensive. But all right, let me get this some of this stuff off and out of the way, and we'll pull that diff cover. Okay, so I got the emergency brake cables off and the rotors I pulled off. I want to get the brake lines and the calipers off still, but I took it over the pressure washer, washed it all up, cleaned it up a little bit more. But we can go ahead and get to the diff cover now. So let's see. done there pretty good. Let me grab a hammer. Hold on. Almost looks like there's 2 gaskets on that. I think I got it leaned enough forward enough. Oh, got all kinds of dirt in there. Oh, we're starting to get some drips of oil coming out. Yeah, there's 2 gaskets. That's kind of odd. Well, I was expecting a lot more metal flakes on that magnet, but yeah, the gears actually look pretty good. Come and look at these. Come in from this angle, like right here. I'll go ahead and drain this oil out. See if we don't get any big chunks of metal, I would expect. See, there you can kind of see this, the backlash or whatever. Oh, I don't know if that's backlash or what. I don't know all the terms for differentials and stuff, but you can definitely tell there's a lot of play in and out. Shouldn't be there. So I guess that's as far back as it will go. All right. I suspect we might see something. No, even the pinion gear looks down in there. Let me get a mirror. Go ahead and pause it again. Okay, so the pinion gear even actually looks pretty good. So I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky and just need some bearings and I don't know. I can't see the other side of the pinion, of course, but I mean the ring gear, both sides of the ring gear look pretty decent. I mean, not that I really know what I'm looking at, but there's no major, nothing to me that makes it look insanely terrible. All right, well, cool. I'll like I said, we'll probably, oh, let's verify it's 342s. Should be some numbers here. There we go. Let me get a rag. All right. Looks like, I'm looking at it upside down, is that 1244? I assume that's, can you do the math in your head? I can't. So some of these I know more commonly, I can tell, but yeah, 1241, and I don't know, some other, I think these are date codes and stuff like that. But alrighty, well guys, we'll we did get a chance to take this car down to the drag strip before we pulled this axle, and I think with quite a bit of wheel spin in first gear, the best we got was a 16.5 at like 89 miles an hour. So hopefully, well, we're going to try it with the 323s. Hopefully we didn't lose too much time, but yeah, I think we're going to try to get this differential repaired. Hopefully, like I say, it's not too bad, and then we'll probably put it back, because this is the original, and then maybe in the future play with 373s or something. So all right, I'm gonna put this diff cover back on and work on getting the calipers and the brake line off, and put this for storage until we decide when we're going to take it and where we're going to take it. So all right guys, thanks for watching.